All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our next 3E series speakers. We are here today with Michael Wilson and Mason Shoemaker, and Michael is the Director of Communications at Logan County Electric Cooperative, and Mason is the first-class lineman at Logan County Electric Cooperative. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Very awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much for being with us. We truly appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got a series of questions for you that we're excited to hear from you about. So give us a little bit of information about what are your backgrounds and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
For myself, I'm Mason, and my background has always been, I'm a journeyman lineman, first-class lineman. I take care of all the lines, poles, and all along our line. From rebuilding old line to putting in new services to customers' house, upgrading customer services. And a little bit of background on myself. I graduated high school from West Liberty, grew up in West Liberty, lived there almost my whole life from 7 years old, and left for a little bit and wanted to come back to Logan County.
Great.
Got hired here in 2011. So
fantastic. That's great. And Michael?
Yeah, I also grew up in West Liberty and graduated from school there a few years before Mason. I graduated in '91. I did go to college and just also wanted to return to Logan County, and we're glad to be here. I'm excited for my job at the co-op as well. I've been here 6 years now.
Fantastic. Good. So why do you think you decided to stay local or basically come back after you've had some other experiences? It sounds like both of you have left the county for a little while. So why'd you end up coming back here and that kind of thing? Give us a little information there.
And the jobs I've had before, they were all pretty much construction, electric related. I've worked from everywhere from Michigan, Indiana, Pennsylvania to Kentucky. Just the community in Logan County really has a huge play for why this is an incredible place to live, to raise a family. Clear from the schools all the way. We've got, just in the county alone, 6 schools that are great for our children to grow up in. The community, just a couple weeks ago, I saw somebody with a flat tire. Even in today's technology, everyone has a cell phone. There were at least 3 or 4 people in front of me that stopped to make sure that that person was okay. You don't see that in every county. You don't see that in every town. It's just a great place to call home.
Awesome. And Michael?
And as you leave and get other experiences, which are good, you also begin to realize the value of family. And coming back to family is a big part of why we moved back and why we're still here. But family, like Mason is saying, extends beyond just your immediate family, and the community here is really a very unique group that is a good kind of unique. It's just a great place to be because of that family atmosphere that isn't just your immediate family, but also the surrounding community.
Fantastic. So tell us about your industry. Give us kind of some inside scoop on your industry and some background there.
So Logan County Co-op as a company, we are a non-for-profit. So instead of customers, we have members. It's a member-owned company. So everything that we put in goes back towards the members. We are solely funded off of them, which is a incredibly satisfying feeling, as you are part of almost one big family, one big company working for one goal, and being able to be part of that, being able to have that almost responsibility, that gratitude that you are helping your members, you're working together as one, is very neat in that aspect of it. The part that we do, we provide the electric to all of rural Logan County. There's a few of the smaller towns that we do not have. We have Huntsville, we serve the village of Huntsville, and then all the country, most of the country, rural area in Logan County.
And it's really a very unique industry. So Mason, as a lineman, he'd be the one, if there's an outage in the middle of the night, he's going to roll out and turn people's lights back on. So he is front lines, up in the bucket, actually working with the electric. And so there's a really neat aspect to the job of that. But like my role is totally opposite. I'm not trained to work with the electric. I've gone in a bucket ride, but we were nowhere close to the electric lines. It was so I could take a picture of our solar panels being built. And so I have a totally different role when it comes to serving our members. My role is more of the education role. I keep an eye on Washington and Washington, D.C. and the legislation that comes out of there that will affect our industry. I look at new technologies that are coming that will benefit our members, tell them about those, and just really try to educate our members in a way that will be beneficial for them, information that they need to know and understand. And so while we're in the same industry and providing electric, we have totally different jobs. And so the utility industry really provides a lot of opportunities, whether you're going into engineering, or if you like numbers and do accounting, if you like just interacting with people and want to do member service, there's a lot of unique opportunities and unique jobs here at the co-op.
Awesome. Now you both alluded a little bit to the background and what you do. Tell us a little bit more about what is your exact certification, or what schooling do you both have with a little more specificity? Can you do that for me?
Absolutely. So I'm a lineman. There are 7 linemen, 1 apprentice in our shop that we work out of. So like I said, to become a journeyman, it's a 5-year apprenticeship. You start as a groundman and work your way up. We have a school, it's called COLT, Central Ohio Line Worker Training. It's through all the co-ops in the state of Ohio. In order to do that, you step through stages to where you get more qualified as you go. It is 99% on-job training. That is for myself, for people more along the lines that are self-motivated, that are hands-on style of learning. That's what this is. That's what all line work in general is going to be hands-on. And in order to do that, like I said, it's a 5-year apprenticeship. You do have to obtain your CDL because with the trucks we drive require air brakes, and they're over a certain gross vehicle weight. That is something also then in your schooling. Job wise, if that's what I'm understanding, what we do on a day in and day out basis. And like Michael was saying, we do all of outage management. So if there's an outage, if there's a customer complaint, power, blinking lights, anything along those lines, that would be my line of work that we do. Also in what we call the operations department, there are metering and also tree trimmers that we all hire within here. So, and we have those positions as well. They do their own specified job, and it takes training apprenticeships to do that as well. Yeah.
Great. And Michael, what kind of schooling do you have? What's your background?
So I do have a bachelor's degree to be in the communications role. There's also jobs in the office that don't require a degree. And so it varies here quite a bit. But in our industry, in the communications role, you can become a certified cooperative communicator. It's not a 5-year program like Mason went through, but it was an extensive program where I had to understand what the cooperative business model is, how the cooperative network works together, and then show that I can communicate that to people. So on top of having a bachelor's degree, I'm also a certified cooperative communicator.
Fantastic. Awesome. You have talked about, this is kind of a side question, but you've talked about members. How many total members are there?
4,800, somewhere in that range.
Give or take 4,800.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're a small utility. We have 10 members that don't live in Logan County. Like, we focus on Logan County. And so as a member, so the members own the co-op, and the board of trustees that govern the co-op are also members. So we are locally owned, locally governed. The staff live locally. And so we are a local organization that is focused on Logan County. It's really a very unique business setting, very special to be a part of it.
Fantastic. So what's the coolest part of your jobs or the favorite part of your jobs?
My favorite part of my job is I love being outside. Even today, I believe the high today is 27. So it is that is even on the coldest days, the hottest days. I love being outside. I love physical labor. And as that, a day in and day out of actually being able to see what you have accomplished, rebuilding line, turning power back on, that is incredibly satisfying as a type of person that most linemen are. The coolest part, I would have to say, is helping people. That never gets old. Turning people's power back on. We have the opportunity to go help other co-ops in need if they were struck by a storm or a hurricane, windstorm, ice storm. We get to help them. They call for help, and we get to send. We call it mutual aid, and vice versa. If we were struck very hard, we get to see other co-ops, and they come in and help us restore power. There's no better feeling than that. Turning somebody's lights back on after a storm that's pretty gratifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm sure. And thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and Michael, what about you?
I love the diversity of my job. One day I might be sitting at my computer developing pages that we put in a magazine, which is one of our main ways of communicating to our members. And the next day I'll be part of an economic development planning committee in town. And so my job takes on a lot of different roles as I engage with the members in the community. And so that's a part of my job that I like the most.
Fantastic. So take yourselves back to your high school days, back in the day. Did you envision this is what you would be doing back then?
Myself, absolutely something along these lines. I've always wanted to be in the electric field. I actually, before this, was a inside electrician, wiring houses. But that's very economy driven, where this is you are, it's a lot more secure where as a lineman. Also, it's definitely the atmosphere that I pictured myself being in. Absolutely. Construction industry.
Good. And Michael?
I thought I would be an educator. And in a sense I am, but just not in the role that I expected to be. But as a communicator, that is what I do. I take information and then educate people with it. So to answer your question, kind of. Yeah, life took us and sent us in a little bit different direction, but yeah, but this is kind of the role that I saw myself doing.
Great. So as we wrap things up here, what are your final words of wisdom for the kids that are out there listening to this, as why this is the place to be and the place to live? You guys have both spoken very highly of Logan County, but why, kind of your final words of wisdom, do you encourage kids to stay here, either go to school, come back, or stay here right after high school and live and work locally?
Myself, if you are a team oriented, I was very involved in sports clubs along those lines when I was in high school. If you are very community oriented, team oriented, like Michael touched on, if you love this community, and even if there's parts of it that you like, this is a very, very good community to raise a family. And I have 3 young boys. Like I said, the schooling systems are great. The communities are great. Just to be able to be part and have the peace of mind that you're in Logan County. There's some things here that we all look out for each other and you don't even notice. Clear down to putting shopping carts away. Just take a trip to Columbus and realize, that's not home. That's not, they don't care for one another, in my opinion, the way that people in Logan County do.
Great. And Michael?
Yeah, and then beyond people, which is a huge part of it, Logan County offers some very unique resources, whether it's the lake in the summer, Mad River Mountain in the winter. There are fun things to do here in our county. But we're also not far from cities. It's not a hard drive to get to Dayton or Columbus. And so we have that very rural small town, which gives us the opportunity to be more close knit, but we have fun things to do here and cities aren't far away. So it's a great balance of small town, but the cities are within reach.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate your time so very much. Thank you for sharing your
Our
wisdom
pleasure.
with us.
Thank you.
For informing us about the different careers that you do and the opportunities that are available at the Cooperative. It's a really, like you said, it's a really unique business model, and it's really interesting and different for the kids to learn about. So thanks so much. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.
You too.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Katie.
Thank you.